Title: I opened my door at midnight and saw myself standing there. My name is Sophia, and I'm 25 years old. What I'm about to tell you happened to me last year, and I still can't explain it. It was a quiet night, the kind of night where everything feels strangely still. I was alone in my apartment, sitting on the couch and watching TV after a long day at work. Outside, the streets were empty. The only sound in my apartment was the ticking of the wall clock. I remember looking at the clock. 11:58 p.m. I was tired and thinking about going to sleep soon. Then suddenly, knock, knock, knock. Someone knocked on my door. At first, I thought maybe I imagined it. No one ever visits me this late at night. But a few seconds later, knock, knock, knock. This time it was louder. My heart started beating faster. I slowly stood up from the couch and walked toward the front door. Every step felt heavier than the last. When I reached the door, I leaned forward and looked through the peephole. But I couldn't see anyone. The hallway outside my apartment was completely empty. I stood there for a moment, confused. Maybe someone knocked on the wrong door, I thought. So I turned around and started walking back toward the couch. Then suddenly, bang, bang, bang! Someone knocked again, this time much louder. Now I knew someone had to be there. My hands started shaking. Part of me wanted to ignore it. But another part of me was too curious. So slowly, I unlocked the door. At that exact moment, the clock behind me hit midnight. 12 a.m. I slowly opened the door, and the moment I looked outside, my blood ran cold. Standing in the hallway was me. The same face, the same hair, the same clothes. It was like looking into a mirror. Except this version of me wasn't smiling. She was staring directly at me with dark, empty eyes. For a few seconds, neither of us moved. My mind couldn't understand what I was seeing. Then the girl who looked exactly like me slowly smiled, but the smile wasn't normal. It stretched too wide, almost unnatural. A cold chill ran down my spine, and then she spoke, in my voice. Finally, you opened the door. I stepped back in fear. What are you? I whispered. She tilted her head, exactly the way I do when I'm confused. Then she said something that I will never forget. I've been waiting for you to let me in. Suddenly, the hallway lights started flickering. The air around me felt cold. I quickly tried to slam the door shut. But she suddenly placed her hand on the door. Her strength was unbelievable. Slowly, she pushed the door open. I stumbled backward as she stepped inside my apartment. Now she was standing right in front of me, face to face, exactly like me. But her eyes felt empty, lifeless. She leaned closer to me and whispered, "Only one of us can stay here." At that moment, the lights went out. Everything went completely dark. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't hear anything. Just silence. After a few seconds, the lights came back on. My apartment was empty. No girl, no footsteps, nothing. I stood there shaking, trying to understand what had just happened. Then I slowly walked to the bathroom. I looked at myself in the mirror. And for a split second, I swear my reflection smiled before I did. And that's when I realized something terrifying. Maybe I wasn't the one who stayed.